Thanks for waiting, everybody. Let's get started. Good to see you, good to see you. We're going to be playing on Yugioh Pro today because I think it's a little easier to enter rooms where there are people using non-current ban list stuff. So I want to go probably just no ban list. And let's go best of 3. Hey, Mad. Guys, he agreed with my 50 card deck in the video. Yeah, 50 card is what I ended up at. Oh, hang on. My settings aren't right. Master rule. Ah, allowed cards. Pre-release. Also, the Droll UI theme song is a nice touch. Thank you. I was happy with it. I didn't know if it was stupid because I have a crap taste in humor, but I thought it was cute. And Droll really is that scary sometimes. Although, if you prioritize the Daybreak, which I recommend, then you can still end on Abao, IP into SP/Goddess. Actually got me. That's awesome. I want to incorporate more stuff like that into my videos. I just don't. I'm so old. I'm not current on memes ever. So I'm always a couple years behind on what I think is when I catch stuff. Yes, we got a person. Let's go. Oh, I forgot. This sim people only choose rock. All right, we're going first. And our hand is insane. Let's see if I can remember the line on the spot. We're not getting ashed. So, it's going to be Saji. If we go Aramasa. Yeah, it's you. We will use our Aramasa, not negating it, grabbing ourselves a Saji. Summoning, attempting to get prayers, and getting it. Go prayers, we will tribute, giving up the Habakiri, using both effects. So here we'll search out the Murakumo, summoning back the Aramasa. Also, is the music too loud? How are we doing today? Hey, mister, good to see you. Sorry about the kind of late starting time. I know I had planned to start earlier, but I really wanted to finish uploading, and the monetization check period kind of takes a while, so we got started a little later than I wanted to. Apologies. Thanks for waiting, though. Also, good to see everybody. No Thrust is an interesting choice, especially since you run both traps and help with Goku and Lockbird. I do mention that near the end, that you could run it because it's good versus Droll, but I think that too often it ends up feeling really useless going first because if they don't interrupt you, it's not doing anything. It's a dead card. So it's not that the effect is bad. It's that when the card is interacted with, or I'm sorry, when you don't have an interaction from the opponent, it actually becomes a dead card, which sounds really weird. Like, if they don't interact with you, it's actually bad, but it's why I don't like normal spell breakers in general in the main. I love how this one does Daybreak. Pick how many tokens. I'll say it now, just in case. I think everybody knows, but today's stream is accompanied by a new deck profile I just uploaded. So if you want to see the deck I'm playing today on stream, you can go watch that video, leave a like. It's a good video. I'm very happy with it. I actually have yet to watch it myself. I always try to go through and do a sort of proofread. Look at how many cards we have. This is gross. And we started it all just off one card. Can confirm he put out the video. I'm watching it right now. Look at that double watch time. I also have, for the first time, monetization while streaming. So when I go to bathroom breaks, I'm going to throw up mid-roll ads. Please don't hate me. We're going to send a reptile. It's going to be the Neff. We'll use our Abao. Here we're totally happy to just give up this droll. No Kaiju Mitsurugi. Hey Figaro. Definitely not in the main. In the side, yeah. But no reason to in the main deck, I don't think. Now here's where it gets a little funky because we have a lot of resources. Oh, I saw it inside, sir. Yeah, no, you're all good. I just don't want it going first because just same thing with what I was saying about normal spell breakers. I don't want a card that doesn't do anything. Okay, so now we haven't been stopped at all. If you can avoid reptile lock, you'll want to. I agree with that, but it really doesn't hurt you the way it used to because Mitsurugi is such a full engine now. It is a very feature-rich suite of cards. It doesn't, yeah, it just doesn't hurt as much. Although, I agree, you still don't want it on you. I was also thinking, there's a world where we definitely want to play a rank 8. I could totally see something like that. I like Magatama, but also hate it. I like Magatama too, but I feel that it does something too similar to what we are already trying to do with Purification. And if I'm going first, I'd rather have Purification. And while Magatama is stronger going second, I think the discard / banish effect of Purification is just good enough that you can justify its use in that way. So here we're going to go Mirror. We're going to summon our Habakiri, tributing our Futsu, which will get us a Prayers on the revive. This leaves us a little more vulnerable, but I feel that our hand is good enough that if we get nibbed here, I'm fine with Prayers just getting back our Futsu and setting us up for play on the opponent's turn. Yeah, Nunu Naya down to 2. Love your videos. Thank you, Joseph. That's awesome. Zari. So we still on Aliens? We're still on Aliens, right in the intro. They're not 1-card starters. They're 1.5, so you don't want them as much. I played against you on Pro? That's awesome. That's so funny. Did I advertise to you, or you just happened to find out? Here we have a couple bodies, so we could go... Have we normal summoned? We have. Ogdoadic engine's so big. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm tempted to make SP... I'm tempted to go SP and then use Daybreak to get a mask out as well. Let's go like this. I feel like we're playing in single player mode. And then we go like this. We'll mill a reptile. I don't know that it really matters. Let's get the curse out of our deck. We'll revive a guy. And I don't think it matters. It's just got to be a non-link to go into. Recognize your name. That's awesome. That's so funny. And now we go these two into a Masquerena. We're going to set 2. And now, again, if we do get hit with the nib here, we just don't care that much. So we'll resolve our Abao. She'll come back. I love the timer on EDO. It's so long. And we have an insane... You don't play Dynamondo? I don't see a reason to, because we're already so good at recurring our own rituals. They do that themselves, so I don't see why we'd want a link that kind of makes them more vulnerable. As Tasmania, play me sometime. Yeah, feel free to join rooms. Red Eyes Fusion, I'm fine with just ashing that. I love Snack Deck. Yeah, I do too. I do too. Oh, the reason we did this, by the way, it may look strange that we put SP on the board, is because we run White Woman, so she's my mask target in this instance. This is a crazy board. I love this. Do you think Nightsword can be cut? I thought about that, Zari. I think there's a world where it's possible we go for that route, but I wouldn't want to. I think it's definitely a thing you could do, but now that we have Mitsurugi Ritual, having Nightsword in hand isn't a brick in my opinion anymore. It's not ideal, but you can tribute the Nightsword from hand, which then results in This looks weird probably, but I just want to remove this set card. Memory loss. Oh, they're on a Garbo deck. I could never. He's so useful. It's really good off Daybreak too. How much better does it become from before? The deck goes up a couple magnitudes. That is a good question though. I'm not actually sure just how many, to be honest. White woman. Here we're in our standby. We're going to use our Aba. We're going to draw a bunch of cards, and we get to keep one card. Red Eyes is fine. We'll let them... Oh my god. It's just got to be the ritual spell we keep, right? Lol, who's that? No, Underworld Goddess is White Woman. And now we're in a really good spot. We're actually in a little too good a spot. We're going to ritual summon from our deck. So we'll bring out our Habakiri, tributing our Futsu. Haba comes down. Futsu will search and revive. We'll go Chainlink 1, and then we can actually Chain Block now because Mirror can pop back into our deck. Another reason I don't think you need two of them. We will search out a... I don't even know, a Prayers, I suppose. Ritual becomes so much more powerful because while you could run more ritual names before, the longevity of it is so much better now. Let's be greedy. I think we can afford to. Because Habakiri can still tag out. I like Abyss, but I feel like it's not... Yeah, I feel like we're doing enough board wiping as well. Ishizu tier, I don't know about that. Let's keep that deck banned. I still try to find a space for Ogdoadic. That's fair. Yeah, I can see that. I like it, but I don't like it enough. Neff is so useful that I don't mind the brick. Ogdoadic is not. Also, thank you everybody for coming out. Please leave a like. Great viewership lately. I appreciate everybody. Also, feel free to throw out any super chats. I'll be obtaining the new cards next weekend, which I'm really excited for. I almost don't want to bother siding, but I suppose we should. So Trap. We're going to take out our Called By and our Crossout. I don't think they're useful. Versus Red Eyes, I wonder how good Droll is. We're going to go Thrust for sure. Probably Evenly. Probably Storm. We could even go Wusu. I do like that. But I actually don't think it's... Well... Let's do one Wosu, because they have Dragoon, probably. They have... The way you have your deck arranged in the video makes me a little fidgety. So many targets for DDV. I'm thinking about a way to use EEV too. I tested out... Oh, Deck Devastation. Why did you split the Ogdo things up in the list with Snake Rain in the middle? I sorted it by starters. So my thinking was Snake Rain, Nunu Naya are starter cards, so they all go together. But maybe I should have mentioned that. So we're up against a Dragoon, challenge impossible. And our hand is comically good. Let's activate the Nunu just to see if they interact with it. I have a feeling they will. I think virus traps that aren't planet pollutant are not necessary. I think they're kind of win more. Ooh, we could put a ritual in the graveyard, which I really like. We could also put Neff in the graveyard. Let's dump this. That seems good. Let's use our Storm now. We'll call back row. Dragoon Pass is unbeatable in 2020, or is so beatable. I agree. I'm not worried about this. Also, their deck seems to be garbage, so that's probably not even a real spell trap. If they defend this and it turns out to be garbage, I'm going to be very disappointed in our opponent here. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Our hand's insane. It's a Mirror Force that... Oh my god, we have Mirror. Why is this card so annoying? Whatever, we'll put it back. Pre-prep Mirror, 2% I said. So, if we go Ritual and they stop it, we can simply make a Code Fee. If they don't, Mirror Force. If they don't stop it, then we just get a Murakumo and things get a little easier for us. Let's go into our Habakiri first. We will activate this. It's also possible... No, I was going to say it's possible they don't have spells. Can this be destroyed by battle? I'm amazed that's going through. So we can actually layer this. Let's do it like this, because we want to go you and you. This thing's unaffected, I'm pretty sure, but I haven't tested it, but do you stand by the solemns? I felt like we had enough tools. I also think we have quite a deal of good cards going first, but I still like them. We lose that. We will get to search out. So we did a ritual summon from deck. We can do a ritual summon. It's probably Saji. Revive the Habakiri. And now we will get to use our Saji, who will trigger our ritual spell, our mirror, by tributing. So let's go for this. We will tribute. We'll tribute our Saji. We'll use both effects. So here we can pick up the Wosu. Wosu, you win. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Spec a monster. We'll summon from our graveyard our Murakumo. Oh, do I not know how to read? Hang on. Oh, I didn't tribute the right monster. Clueless. It's fine. It's fine. That's too bad that's so big. We can't target it, so I think we're just going to have to trade our Murakumo, which I'm fine with. Also, bro sided so weird. If he sided at all, that is. I definitely could have played this better. I just did the wrong thing, so my bad, chat. Yeah, neither of these is usable. We'll just pass. I should have tributed the Murakumo, or the Habakiri, but I was being greedy. I wanted to attack with it, but yeah, might be. As for Solemns, though, they are just really solid is the thing. Having a judgment set, boo, misplay. It's fine, look. Literal insane draw by me. I'm too good. Get a monster here. It doesn't actually get us all that far. Okay, they scoop. Good. Might be. Let's host again. Am I able to actually use the TCG ban list, but with pre-release cards allowed? I am. Okay, let's do that. We lose duel now. We should. We deserve to, but we don't. Feel free to join anybody too, just don't snipe. This deck has insane top deck if you don't need to use Habakiri. Yeah, that's true, but I think it's fine to just rely on the Habakiri. Oh my god, this thing is glued to me. Although we don't have pre-prep, so it's fine. Prayers is a 1 card. But I think I'd rather they interacted with the Snake Rain. We're going to give up the mirror because we have everything we need, so we can just recover it if we really have to. So we got 1, 2. We'll just go for the trusty 4. Yeah, it's got to be another reptile. I could have facilitated that. I'm just bad, so I'm enjoying Runic Ice Barrier, guys. Yeah, mirror is great discard fodder. Opponent on 59. Hey, Tin. Oh, yeah, that is weird. I didn't even notice. They're playing grass, but they didn't have another card. It's all about the consistency. So, it's nice that I still think Snake Rain has a home for sure, by the way. I don't think we can afford to cut the card. As long as we're playing Ogdoadic, Snake Rain is good, and with the kind of reduced Ogdo suite, it kind of is a more efficient way of accessing them, since now that we have one card combos, we have a lot more cards in hand, and so by really focusing down on the most efficient routes, I think we can get the most out of our stuff, because Ogdo can do some of the most insane field extension in the game. Unicorn, spin itself, of course. Oh god, I thought my computer was about to crash there. We have Neff, but we don't yet have Saji, so the crazy thing is we don't even really need the insane one card we have access to. Otherwise, we go Aramasa. That's probably better. Aramasa gets Saji. We even have the prayers. So this is just gas. We're definitely giving up the droplet here. It's the worst card in our hand, which is such a wild thing to say. I'm gonna make you wish you side decked Diamond Dust. I don't even know what that means. Is that garbage? Oh, I think I do know that card. There were people at my locals playing it, but it seemed horrible. Not gonna lie. It seemed really bad, sorry. I never see my Snake Rain. I literally always see Snake Rain. It's glued to me. You'd think I were cheating, but I misplay too often. Somebody who cheats has their stuff together. It destroys... Oh, that is not what I thought. I'm thinking of a different card entirely. Use our Slicer effect. I like going for the Slicer before committing to other plays because once we have these two in rotation in the graveyard, it just becomes really solid. I think here we'll probably just Ritual Summon this and then get access to the Futsu last. Summoning you. We could even tribute the Saji. I don't know that we need the field presence, but I think I still do want it. So we'll go Night Sword, Kusanagi, putting up our Habakiri. I also think it's crazy Futsu isn't fire. That's so bizarre to me. We summon from hand, we'll summon from deck. We'll get this back in the deck. Go for our Night Sword. We will not use that. Good, good, good. I think we're probably set up to go for another funky play where we go... We will summon the Murakumo next. Habakiri will come back, searching out the mirror, and we'll get access to the mirror target using prayers, I suppose. Otherwise, if we go prayers into Saji for mirror, otherwise we search mirror, prayers into Futsu. Yeah, this is better. Spec the card. Habakiri out. What ritual is Wosu? Wosu rides on top of... Here we'll tribute the Night Sword. We will use both effects, getting ourselves the Futsu to hand. Summoning a Mitsurugi. Doesn't matter which. That's perhaps a bad zone. And lastly, we'll go into our Futsu, tributing the Murakumo, who hasn't yet revived itself. And now with this setup, we have quite a bit of extension because we have 3 extra bodies, meaning we'll probably pass on the Habakiri unironically, setting up into a mask here using the Murakumo and the Aramasa into the mask, setting to holding the Ash, and then passing on the Abao coming back. I think the Murakumo is worse to keep on board because you'd rather have it engraved to summon out for the board wipe, and the Habakiri, having that minus 800 debuff, unironically makes it so much harder for them to take the simplest route, which is just battle phasing, outing the Slicer with a Link. Condemned Witch. Add a forbidden quick play. I think we're fine to Ash this. We don't have very much information about what they're doing, but there's a world where a really nasty droplet makes our life a lot harder. That's fine. We're not going to waste an Omni on a called by on an Ash we didn't even care about, because even if they go droplet, I doubt they'll send a trap. We could bring back Neff. We're not gonna, of course, because that would lock us out of an SP this turn. Glad the 4s are all dark. Mitsu allows for Evil Swarm Nightmare. I don't know what that card does. Yeah, I actually think it's really weird that Wosu just rides on top of Murakumo's head. You can tell because of the color of the scales, it's a bit pinker, but also the yellow horns. It's also interesting that he's got mirrored stats, 2k, 2k. So it'd be interesting if we got a 4k, 4k, because they all mirror. But actually, he's not a... let me look up what his name is quick. Mitsurugi Wosu. Mitsurugi no Miko Wosu. He's not a Mikoto, which means he's not a Lord like the other two. Use the Sword of Kusanagi. Yeah, that's cool. Sorry? Eben's son? It gains 1,000 attack. It's discarded from your hand. Target one of them, add it to your hand. Okay, that's hilarious. I have no idea what you're trying to do with that, but it's interesting. When your opponent special summons, you can detach one to Book of Moonit, not once per turn. Oh, that does sound good. Oh. This is going to be interesting. Imseti, I think I will stop. I don't want them having Sark. Although we could have just stopped the Sark, but I like this because it makes them go full -2 instead of getting the Imseti draw as well. So we get to search Revive, as well as shuffle back the mirror. There's a world where we don't even put mirror back. I wish it went bottom deck, personally. That'd be so much stronger, but can't have it all. Here we'll definitely pick up... I guess it's Saji. Saji into Prayers, although Abao will very likely be able to filter us into whatever card we want. I love when my deck has real-life folklore. Yeah. Today's stream will probably be a bit shorter just because I got started late, so sorry about that. But you do have a video to watch, so make sure you check that out today. Oh, Eben's son is interesting. I wrote this off, but we'll see. Maybe this is really important to this deck. Here we're getting a droplet. They're sending two. Two cards, meaning if they stop Slicer and one of these two, it's not great. But if they don't stop Slicer or Futsu, if they just stop the two cards they recognize, we're still at full power, basically. Yep, they did. I said this in the new video. You'll see it because you're going to watch it. Watch the new video today. Abao takes so much heat. People just have to hit this card. They can't help themselves. They special summoned. How dare you? Yeah, GG. Okay, we're siding. We're going second. That deck looked like it searched a lot, so we're going to keep that. We're going to take out the Ash, though. We're going to take out the Cross out the Called By, out the Traps. I do not think we can afford to have those in. And versus this, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we can have one more card, Wosu. I do want a searchable back row here. So maybe Saji down for a Storm. They probably have an Omni. It seems the newer round of lore stuff does. It's the Fraud Typhon. It's the lowest win rate card in the game. Oh boy. Crazy hand. Having Curse is a little unfortunate, and Nunu's a little scary. The Inherent Summon, the enemy of Mulch. What does this thing do? can set this card. Okay. I'm just going to test this because I think it's... Wait, you're not just passing, are you? I'm trying to figure out... I don't know how to run an ad, which I know everybody would prefer I didn't figure out, but... Here I think we will go for the Fua, because they have 2 monsters committed to the board, so it's possible they can start extra deck summoning from here. How do I manually do an ad roll? I honestly am so technologically deficient. Oh, maybe what I did means... Oh, are they just going to rely on their back row? Or do these things have effects? Thrust is a great draw. So we're going to go for the Storm. We're going to call back row. And then I'm going to have to read their monsters quick. I'm not allowed 4-day weekends. Canopic Protector popping off. They're going to summon a Horus card. We are going to take this opportunity to go for the Droplet. And we'll get rid of these 2. Just because I don't want them interacting with that Litera. We could have also... I actually like leaving this up. They're going to go Hoppy, which is great news for us because that means our Thrust is live. They're adding 2 cards to hand. And they have no means of stopping us, meaning we definitely have lethal. How come no Lancia? Lancia doesn't do anything against New Malice, so I decided to cut it. So here, oh my god, we can go into pre-prep. That's insane. I mean, yeah, it's just that. Add the card to your hand, yeah. Because the reason they're dead, we can echidna down this apprentice and then beat them to death just hitting it because it can't be destroyed by battle. 1, 2. This is the new lore archetype, Artemagia. I don't know if that's the official... Wait, we can grab pre-prep? Yeah, it's a normal spell. I didn't even consider that. We could have gone Nunu first, but I think we'll have another chance to. And we literally know everything they've got. So it's Aramasa, grab Saji. Yeah. I actually don't think the order here matters, to be honest. We even have the Wosu if we wanted it, which we don't need. Heading to bed. Thank you, Tin, for watching. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, watch the new video tomorrow. You'll like it. How many copies of the new ritual should you run? Just 1, right? Hey, Pox. Yeah, just 1. You don't need it. Grabbing pre-prep gives us even more starters. Yeah, that's a criminal amount of extension we have here. Using both effects, of course. Getting ourselves the Murakumo. We can't call it Ame anymore. We have 2 Ame, by the way. Summon back the Aramasa. This will trigger Habakiri, who will get to search out Ritual. The fact that they haven't scooped means they have no idea how cooked they are. They have no idea. They're so clueless. Man, I love this line. I heckin' love Dark Magician. Wait, Pox, you mean the spell? No, they mean the new one, I'm pretty sure. The new ritual spell. Yeah, 3 Habakiri, 1 Mirror. We have so few light reptile targets to send from the Naya. That's actually a little genuinely concerning, but I don't think it'll come up. We only have 3 targets. But, again, 3 and 1 math is 2% to draw it and another thing, so. We are not worried about that. That is definitely an edge case. Here we don't even need to go into the Haggard but it gives us an extra draw, so I guess there's no reason we don't do it, because Access Code is actually probably something we very realistically go into in this turn. You wanna win with style. We have a Nunu in hand, so I don't mind giving this up. We could have even zeroed that out, but we're gonna do that with the Echidna. We're just doing victory laps. We're not even gonna, yeah, GG. The thrust was gross. Yeah, that was criminal. Let's go to my settings. Nice. It's always paper. It's always paper. Ah, it's not always paper. We do want to be careful of the inherent summons, but I still like holding the Fua for when they're going to commit to a summon from deck, because it's actually not great for us if they kind of go half board and succeed at that. Stop bullying the child, Deha. I'm cooked. We've got a Vanquish Soul Raisin, and they have a Link 1, so we do want to use this Fua now that they've got a monster committed to the board. Gonna be honest, that's not what I thought a Tachyon was gonna be searching. That's what am I reading? Hanwaka. I'm not sure what you were asking there, but that's the kind of standard line I just did. Also, I didn't even look at the rest of our hand. Can't link the Tachyon. Oh, that's fair. My bad. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Holy Sue. And they're just passing on these two. I understand. I understand. Oh? Oh, okay. I thought my... That's weird that my draw got skipped. I wanted to go prayer, so I should have held... I needed to toggle. That's what it was. I need to read these. So Raisin can destroy all on a column, and Holy Sue can monster steal. Alright. Let's lead with this because the prayers can at least be layered on top to counter a draw. Wow. I didn't know pre-prep could grab from graveyard, gonna be honest. Also, a Ghost Bell there is dirty. But now we have access to a talent. I think it's got to be stealing the Holy Sue, right? Because taking control of a monster we control is villainous. Although a look at their hand may be more valuable. It's hard to say. Let's go for the steal. I think we want to get this thing off their board. Give me that. That's my card, actually. We will go for this because this is just a gross amount of value we'll be securing. Using both effects. We will grab here the Aramasa, reviving the Saji, because we have yet to normal summon. And then Saji will activate, getting us access to the ritual spell. If they droll here, we're sad, but I think they would have done that earlier on the pre-prep instead of stopping it, but maybe not. So we're seeing Valius. This gets us the ritual spell. So now we know they have a Raisin that can jump down and kill something in the same column. Our hand is simply insane. My mouse just died. I need to grab batteries. Hang on. That's so unlucky. I guess that's what I get for leaving it on 24/7. It's a good thing this client gives you ample time to think. Grab the Habakiri, which is just gross. And now we really just have the entire world at our fingertips. Is it even overextending if you can't lose from the position you extend to? I think the new pack has a lot of really promising support for a lot of different decks, and I think that's a cool thing to do with the new set. So this guy can destroy a card in the field by showing 3 cards, or just an earth, which I don't think he has. He has a fire. So we could actually... Let's go like this. I don't mind putting that in their graveyard. Maybe I should, but I don't know Vanquish Soul very well. They can revive it, I guess, but we just wipe it. We're just giving them false hope. And we would have had to give it back anyway. But maybe it was better to keep it for a little longer so that Curse wouldn't bring it back for them, just giving them a hand trap instead. No Perulia is a mistake. Miko, you have the worst takes. I'm so sorry that you're like this. No Perulia is definitely not a mistake. We just don't need that card. So here we can make a link to... I kind of like just going Lizardos here. The reason we're doing that is we will actually have too many bodies on board if we don't to fully benefit from the Daybreak. Yeah, you definitely don't need Perulia. I think Fuelos is a must in the main, but Perulia just doesn't seem to be. Although, I guess there's a world where you play it instead of Droll, but I think turn skipping with Droll is better. So I don't know, I do kind of see it now that we're talking about it more. I just don't think it's a mistake to not have it. I think that's silly. We're drawing a card. It didn't really matter what that was. I'm not sold on Droll. Do you play TCG at, like, events, Sorry? Because, holy crap, that card puts in work. Our hand is so crazy. Do I want a unicorn spin that? I kind of do, honestly. But no, we don't need to. That'd be too much. Droll's just so powerful. At least side it. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you couldn't be sold on it, but maybe your locals is just really different than mine. No, it doesn't make sense to do. Let's put this back. We have access to more copies of the Mitsurugi engine, so I'd rather have just another way of reaching our Water Lily, which is a great top deck into the mid game. We have so much material. It's insane. There's really not a huge reason to make Abao here. Are you going to go to pre-release for Alan? I was just... I don't know. I'm going to go bother people for cards because the core is going to be really cheap. But I haven't decided if I'm going to go play. I don't really know what pre-release events are like. Droll is one of the best hand traps, but it's a bit more niche than things like Ash, so I generally side it. I think Droll just has the potential versus basically every deck to make them effectively miss 2 searches, meaning it's getting more economy than something like an Ash in a lot of cases, which is why I'm partial to it. I like those cards that they pull above their weight. They get more value than just than just a 1-for-1. We're definitely going to be bringing Neff back at some point during this turn, just for the damage, I think. I'm surprised they haven't scooped. Their last card must be good. We're also just sandboxing a little bit. That's why we're doing so much extension here. Okay. So now we'll go for the summon from deck. Does Droll hurt? No, Droll doesn't hurt New Malice. So it's going to be a card that gets sided out. But that's a good question. That's a good kind of knock against it, to be fair. Search, revive. Kill all your stuff. I really don't know what they could possibly do from here. Spec the card. And then we go 1, 2, 3 into a U, and then 4 into an access, and it's just super ogre. Malice is the problem child of the meta. Got to run like 9 different side cards. That's how I felt about Dweller in Ryzeal previously. Does Lancia not even hinder them? I think it does something, but I don't think it stops them, which is what you want from your side deck. I think is a full shutdown. I don't think we can afford to have traps versus this guy. Droll seems pretty good. Fua might not actually be great, honestly. They're locking themselves into Xyz. I think they're just playing main deck monsters for their end board, actually. So I want something like this, I think. So we gotta take out. So what's your full shutdown answer for Malice inside? It's Meowls. And probably Nib if I feel like I'm seeing that deck a lot. I think that seems good. Dweller was horrible. Having to run Xyz Encore was probably the worst thing I ever had to do. Yeah, Encore. Have you tried using Dogmatica? I have. I have a profile of that. I think it's just, you don't need to. There's no reason to use that engine. Locking yourself out of the extra for consistency, when consistency is something the new cards just do while giving you access to extra deck, it seems like a bad trade to me to do that. Run no material. I've thought about using Winter Cherries to cherry pick things out of people's extra decks. Take out the Detonator. Remove Baguska maybe if we've drolled them. Hit Malice names if they have any one-ofs. Although, now that I say that, I don't know how impactful that would be versus Malice. I'd have to read the card again. No material, target white binder, trust. Almost 50 viewers right now, by the way. Thank you, everybody. I'll just say it again. Sorry I keep saying it. I just want to promote the new video. I've got a new deck profile up. I hope you go watch that today. Leave a comment, leave a like. It's really solid, and I believe in it. That's what list we're playing here today on stream. We stream every weekend, too. So, subscribe, join the Discord. That's where we do a lot of talking about builds and such. The Discord is actually where I was convinced on Celine Snapper. Smash that like button. It's so nice getting to run more ritual monsters that actually do something. I've watched it. Don't worry. I'll make a high comedy yeah, you gotta think about those. Make sure they're of the best. We've got Burger on board, Raisin in hand. I haven't been paying any attention to what they're doing, which I should be because our hand doesn't have a lot of non-engine. Actually, they're not going to the extra deck at all, are they? They're using Tachyon just to access their main deck names. That's really cool. So when it comes to our turn, we're going to toggle on, and we're going to go draw phase with the prayers on the Saji. Yeah, you've had great comments, Smad. They've been very funny. So we're getting a new card, I think, coming into my draw phase. Okay, Storm makes me reconsider a little bit. We're going to hold it. Our hand is good enough. We have Ritual. Let's get rid of 2 back row. Wait, Matt, I just realized your Uno is red instead of green from Discord. Oh, yeah, it is. That's funny. 50 viewers. Let's go. You're too kind. Does this thing target? Because actually, no, it doesn't target. Yeah, red for YouTube, green for Discord. Of course. Is your Twitter blue? Is Discord's color considered green? I don't use Twitter. I'm not old. That's fair. I don't use Twitter either, but it's because it seems to make people sad when they use it. Wait, show me again. I wasn't paying attention. None of the Vanquish Soul stuff targets your opponent's cards. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Kamen. Thoughts on replacing one Aramasa for... That seems horrible. They're both worse than Aramasa, so I don't know why you'd do that. They've used a monster effect, so we could either hand rip them or take their Holy Sue. I think I care more about the monster steal than anything else they could do. They're going to be so mad we had the one of talent both times. I played at locals Friday night. I went 3-1, and I got the talents twice, and it was disgusting both times. It's a good thing they hit that card, honestly. Here we'll use this now. So we'll tribute the Saji. Can't use Manju to ritual either since it's not a reptile. Yeah. Aramasa is just better than both Lamia and Manju, and ends on more, because I covered Lamia and Manju in my deck, in my combo video, which you should go watch. And you just get less. You end on less with them as one-card starters. Which server are you playing? Hi, Silas. This is Yugioh. I'll be playing on Omega again once we have the set legal, because I like the ranked system on that game, but for now, we're playing on here. We could Wosu that. That seems very funny. I think I want to do that. Because I don't think Vanquish Soul can do nearly as much if we remove their guy. Attempt to search. Are we getting trolled? Which effect did you use for talents? I almost always use hand rip because getting to see that perfect information, especially going first, is disgusting. But in this case, I decided that I'm more afraid of the non-target monster steal from them than I am of any interrupts from their hand. But it's almost always those two. You only draw if you have no other gas, if you have nothing to play. We're seeing Caesar Valius pop down. And here we can grab our prayers. Although we've actually used the prayers. Let's get a mirror. And now we can remove Caesar here. Put down Wosu. We are reptile locked, but I don't think that matters. Here we'll pick up the Murakumo to hand, which means we have the ritual summon target. And we're just going to start laying the hurt. Summon Murakumo, tributing you, and where's my Kusanagi? We don't even necessarily need the field presence. The 7th Tachyon is mid in Vanquish Soul. It gets you to Ryzen, but you can't main Rock. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem optimal, but I think it's a cool cook. Do you main Wosu? No, I don't main Wosu. It's a searchable Kaiju, and Kaijus you don't main, so why would we do that with the searchable one, right? Now here we can start putting out some pressure. Let's go you first, because you're pretty flexible. Do some attack modulation / just drawing cards. We could have buffed itself here, but I think we're going to be removing him from the field. Summoning from our deck here. It's definitely got to be the Futsu. In attack mode, because we're definitely going for lethal this turn. And let's add... We haven't used Aramasa at all. Okay. Nah, Deha. Mikanko mains Kaiju. Not going first Mikanko. My favorite build of Mikanko. And now we could go normal this. 2, 4, 7. We actually have lethal. We have exact anyway before this summon. So I think we just go battle phase here. 2, 4, 7, 2 plus 8 is 8k exact. So we're going to hit him with that nasty, perfect lethal for a 2-0. I forgot. Yeah, I like that deck. I was messing with it a month ago, and then they announced new Mitsu stuff, and then I had to go back to the grind. What time is it? 3:47. We got time for a little more gameplay. Wife gets off work at 4:30, so I just want to make sure I'm available. Mikanko Ogdoadic when? I hadn't thought about that. They don't have good levels, because Mikanko are 3. But they have good field presence. That sounds horrible, but it does sound funny. We could play hard go second. Mikanko Ogdo. Mikanko Ogdo Mitsu sounds pretty hard to all fit, though. Have you tested with Diviner of the Herald for more good normal summons? We have enough good normal summons. We have Pre-Prep. We have Aramasa, Habakiri, Saji. Prayers gets you normal summons. We just don't need that. The problem is no longer quality nor quantity of starters. We have both. So we don't need to rely on outside engines. And Diviner does nothing for us if it gets hit, whereas Aramasa is at least a Reptile 4 on the field, meaning it synergizes with Nunu, synergizes with Ritual. Good question, though, Michael. I keep hitting fist by accident. It's just in the middle. It's just satisfying. Did you get around to making the Vinamanaga deck? I was working on that, Xeno. It's so bad. Mitsurugi is so efficient. There's no way to justify slowing down enough to make the Vinamanaga setup. I still want to mess with it because it's fun and I like playing Vinamanaga, but sorry, what? Oh, interesting. But Diviner and Herald get you a 6 so you can make Beatrice. Yeah, right. It also costs more extra deck space, the Diviner line, which I don't like. We do have a pretty flexible extra deck. I think Access and Dark could both be other cards, but you don't want to just give those slots up either. Oh, is this an hour turn deck? Don't question the legality of that play. Right. Okay. Let's go for the Rain and see if it eats an interrupt. This guy is going to fusion summon an Artimagia fusion or Nerva, the imprisoned deity of creation. Okay. Into Artimagia Diaktoros. That's interesting. But I think we're just going to set up the normal guys. We already have a Nunu, so we can actually just send the Aramasa probably. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're going to summon Sophia. What does this guy do? Target one monster in the field, change its battle position. If your opponent activates while you control 3 or more, negate the activation if you do destroy that. If this card is destroyed, okay. That's irrelevant, it seems. It feels so good how far Reptile has come in the past 5 years. We are actively helping them set up that guy's condition of having multiple types. I think I heard negate. Yeah, it's a weird negate. I kind of appreciate that it's not so easy, but I'm sure it's pretty trivial. Great vid, by the way. Going to try this list of locals. I was testing if Diviner could be okay versus Droll if it gets to a light dark Chaos Angel. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'm not a big proponent of Chaos Angel. I feel like it's kind of a dead-end card in the sense that for the purpose of comboing, Chaos Angel doesn't represent... It represents exactly what it looks like. A banish and then a big guy. But I kind of prefer my bosses to be more proactive instead of statuesque like that. We're about to activate a million card effects in front of our opponent, by the way. I should have put Naya on the other side. Thank you for watching the video, by the way, Michael. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That makes me happy. That's why I make them. Purification is a nice draw. Do I want to go for the unicorn spin here? A little bit. I have a Snake Rain I don't need, and I have a Naya I don't need. Let's get rid of this and try to get rid of this guy. I don't know that that's necessary, but I don't like him. He says negate. Chaos Angel is the saving throw after you get drolled. Is that a D&D reference? Let's go Abao, discarding this, reviving a Chaos Monster. Getting our Neff, who will get us our Aramasa, who will get us our Habakiri. I love this archetype's name. Just in the case Droll, yeah, if you search out Daybreak, Droll isn't as big a deal because then you just end on an Abao/IP board, which still isn't ideal, but it sure was. Hello, hi, how are... I read that as how old are you, and I was like, really? Hey Abdel, good to see you. We could probably do with a coat fee here, I think, just because I would like to search out Murakumo to start the plays here. It's crazy how far we've come. I remember before when I started streaming, I would be so hyped to get like 5 viewers. He's ancient. And now we have so many. It's so cool. It's so mind-blowing. Thank you, everybody. Did you try bumping this number to 60 and adding Fiendsmith? I haven't. Mostly because I don't want to buy Fiendsmith, but I also think that kind of goes... I don't know. I guess you could. I don't think that's necessary, but it's certainly a possibility you could do. I think Fiendsmith is adding more going first potential when that's not what we need. It was working great. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not doable. That's for sure. I don't really know how to approach this turn. I feel like we kind of have it all. And that's scary. Summon out the Futsu, tributing the Habakiri, summoning you out. Habakiri will trigger. They scooped. I think they're gonna leave. We're going second. I don't know what their deck... Yeah, they just left. They got bored. I agree with that. I hate shuffling 60 card decks at locals, at events. Let's check on how the new video is doing while we set up to play. Okay, I can't because I'm going first, of course. Suffering from success. In draw phase, do I want to use my prayers? I think I do because we have a 4. I think prayers plus 4 is just so nice. Use both effects. Let's grab ourselves a good normal summon. And summon out from our graveyard this Aramasa, which will then, of course, trigger the Aramasa's effect. We already have Habakiri, and pre-prep can already grab Ame, so we don't even need this. I hope they imperm here. Oh my god, what did I tell you? Let's go. We have pre-prep, but we're actually going to go for the Ogdo line because, like I was saying, if they have the Droll, this will be the most resilient. Doing pre-prep first would kind of just end on Murakumo, and I don't love that. We get our Daybreak. They don't have the Droll. It's so over. God, this deck takes forever to play. We just always have more gas. I just watched Ruggles' newest video. I don't know if you follow him, but he's a really cool YouTuber that does kind of locals videos, talks about his Blue Eyes deck he's been playing. You should have dodged the Imperm. Banish this, target this. They're powerless in front of me. I just got a secret rare crossout, which I was so pumped. I got secret rare Evenleys from a friend at Locals. The guys that at my shop are just way too cool. I actually think the more I play, the more I think it's a misplay to not do the Daybreak first, because if they nib before you Abao, it's so good to Abao in response to at least get it off the board. I had to think for a sec to make sure that made sense, but it does. We have everything we need, so we can bring back the Lizardos here and go into our Slicer line, which is just a more efficient routing, because we want to have the M frame going into their turn. Link 2 plus a non-link 2. What do you think about the Mitsu Ogdo Fiendsmith? Snake Rain discard Luri is crazy. I'm hearing that it's working pretty well, so maybe that's something we'll play in the future. I just don't want to... I don't want to put money into Fiendsmith, especially when the prices somehow didn't get any better following the Engraver reprint. You know what I'm saying? Pick this up, pick this up. We haven't used Habakiri yet, so I guess we'll do it just because it preserves our normal summon a little longer. There's an argument for not even doing it here, but I'm not going to be the one making that argument. Here we get to pick up our Ritual. Engravers did track... I know. That's why it's funny, is they reprinted the card that was really expensive, and then the rest all ballooned in price. I think I might have to reintroduce time cards. Oh, that's not what I want. Into my list, because holy crap, this line just takes so long to pilot, or I'm crazy slow. But give me a break, chat. It's harder to play when you're talking to people. Okay. Add back Ritual, summon back Knight Sword, and I'm thinking we're going to have a crazy end board here of SP in addition to IP, because we're going to go Ritual from our deck. We still have Mirror, so we can still summon back a Habakiri into the Futsu. Fiendsmith don't bridge into Mitsu. You either have to draw the Fiendsmith or waste bodies on Moon. You're not wasting bodies because you have so many bodies. Making dudes is like all Ogdo Mitsu does. It's crazy good at that. Spec this card. Good evening, all. Hey, Jam. And now from here we can go, and we still haven't normal summoned, so we'll Ritual summon our Habakiri tributing you. You go here because we don't care about keeping you on the board. You are going to trigger and get us a Prayers, which will be our insulation to a really late nib, which I don't think they have. Slam this guy down, and now we can go Link 2, going for Saji, whom we've already used, but that's not the point of him. And it's got to be careful. SP first, because she has the good arrows. Keeping this up as long as possible, just to possibly interact with any hand traps. And now we're going to set 3 and pass, going back to their turn, with, in the end phase, Abao coming back. And isn't this just the nastiest board you've ever seen? Bro Drew. We will hold the PPV because we don't have 0 on the board, so we want to at least get the thing with it. Lewis got 6-2 regional with it, but don't see anyone play it. That's why I'm asking. It was thanks to your vids, though. That's so awesome. I'm really happy to hear you replying that. No, I should try it. So here we can go for a board wipe. I think we actually want to wait, though, because if they go into Blue Eyes Link, we get... No, we don't need to be greedy like that, though. We just want to keep them from playing as long as possible. Yeah, Fiendsmith Ogdo has been more popular in the Discord for sure. Also, having Abao into their back row deck is crazy, because even if they somehow were able to beat over all of our stuff, we can probably still just set up enough to pop the trap card they need to survive. What place did you get at that regional, by the way? Beware, he could... Yeah, I mean, our field is covered in monsters. I'm not too worried about that. We could just make this a -2 for them by hitting it with the Purification, which I think we're actually going to do. That might look weird, but I think it's correct. We want to just keep them from playing, and we get 2. Go 1, 2. We won't revive you. Add this back to the deck. Use your effect to add a card. Let's add the Prayers, just seems so good. Ritual is also definitely a contender. Put up the Futsu again. 18th on 150 players. That's so close to top 16 to topping. Here we do see the talent, and they're using the wrong option. Or I shouldn't say that. They're probably out of cards. They have used their normal summon. I just locked them off. Not in the Discord, might be. You gotta join, especially if you started playing or enjoyed the deck a lot because of the videos. Foolish Burial Goods. This is such a cool card. I like this a lot. Buster Blader is a cool deck. I actually, at the locals before the regionals, ended up playing with a guy on Buster Blader Blue Eyes, and he and I both concurrently had each other locked. I had the Slicer lock up, and he had the Dragon Buster Blader lock, and it was very funny. Meh, nothing. Cool opponent. GG. Okay, we're up second. It's a back row deck. Actually, no, Evenly just tears them apart. It's not even funny. Storm is also really good. I think Storm is better than both Fua and... Actually, Droll's not that good versus that deck, I don't think. I think Called By might be. Crossout isn't good. I think we can take out our traps. And that leaves us... Owosu is very good. We could even keep in PPV. Otherwise, we could just go for a Duster. But... Actually, Droll kind of monsters them randomly. Let's go like this. This is a lot of non-engine. I think you're supposed to save the negate. No, I mean, in hindsight, it was clearly correct to use the negate there. Been playing at locals both a Buster Blader Blue Eyes as well as Tachyon Blue Eyes. Both are quite amusing. Tachyon Blue Eyes? Oh, like, I guess, yeah, Nixies. What's the dark again? He's just a flex bot. He's just more link material, kinda. My read that his hand was garbage was correct on that Omni. And we had kind of weird bodies for him to take one and try to beat over stuff. He's going to pop off, though. I'm going to use the bathroom, chat. Leave a like for bathroom break. Don't go anywhere. All right, chat, we're back. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate you. What did I miss? What? Abdel just said droll. I don't know what that means. Deha's dead, guys. No, we're super fine. We have thrust. And they're going to use a monster effect during our turn, I'm pretty sure. Stream's over. Go home. I'm not dead. Am I going to use this Prayers in the draw phase? Oh, yes. Set more cards. Set more cards. Set all. You haven't even used this yet. Bro has crotch shot blue eyes. Bro, he's on 3 blue eyes in Buster Blader. He's just asking to brick. What is this? We can actually bait the spirit interaction with the prayers, although then they're likely to tag out into something else. So maybe that's a bad idea. Oh, Droplet is just so good, though. No, let's do it. Let's tribute this. And then if they don't use Spirit here, that is totally fine. We will Droplet, sending 1, 2... Actually, do I even need to send both of these? I want the Neff in the graveyard is the thing, I think. So let's do 2. And we want to prevent this spirit from tagging out. So it's got to be a monster. And there's just no reason not to use that. That is a very weird play. The way they sequence this is going to matter. Crotch shot blue eyes is the greatest sentence ever. Because if they put down a monster before this Droplet fully resolves, it's just going to get hit. Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, we just stop you, and we stop, I guess, the Azure. And now, we will get to resolve our Habakiri. Do I want to use my Neff? No, I don't. They've already used their Ash, meaning our thrust is basically untouchable. This thrust goes way too hard into an evenly matched. Evenly just monsters their setup here. He's gonna floodgate you. I don't know how you think he's gonna do that when I negated the floodgate. If we go normal, actually we haven't even used. If we go normal Aramasa, get Habakiri, Habakiri, Saji. We've already tried prayers. So I gotta be careful about what I pick up here. Normal Aramasa. Aramasa effect, get Habakiri. Habakiri, go Kusanagi? No. What am I grabbing here, chat? I need crotch shot blue eyes for my blue eyes invoked deck. What do I get here? What do I get here? Your opponent is not okay. If I go Saji, Saji get Ritual. That's probably correct. That was all in the draw phase, which is so funny to have that much game activity happen. Importantly, we can't talent because of that. They're banishing so that we can't destroy. This isn't doing what you think it does. I've met a couple people now who thought that this protected the Buster Blader Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, but this actually only protects Destruction Sword cards. Kaiju, then what? Why would I Kaiju? I have access to evenly matched. Reptile. What are you talking about, Abdel? That's not helpful. It's just gotta be evenly. Add it to my hand, yes. And then we just go battle phase. I misclick. He misclick. Evenly matched. I agree, Abdel. Now pick 100 cards to send away. What do you keep? It's got to be the True Light, right? Or maybe it's the Majesty, representing a bunch of pops. Honestly, not bad. It's that guy. Really? We've already used prayers. We could ritual summon Habakiri from our graveyard. But that doesn't clear his board, so it's just got to be ritual. And this guy doesn't know what his cards do. We get to summon out our Murakumo. And we get to... Oh, this is so good. It's so over. All right. Go on. Discard the jet to resolve. This is so over for Blue Eyes guy. Also, he has no idea how his cards work. Which is fair, though, because that's a really weird interaction. Evenly matched being a trap card and not affecting... That's dumb. Listen, man, I didn't make it. It's like Jinzo? What? I mean, here it's just got to be Tribute the Ame, right? Just more brick eyes. Yo, Dragon, good to see you. What a card. Yeah, evenly matched there was insane. That card's crazy. Trap cards aren't supposed to work on it. Stop yelling at me. I don't understand what they're mad about here. And here we will simply go for... If we get a... We can ritual summon from hand. So actually, I think... What is it? What's the play? We haven't ritualed from hand yet. Let's pick up this and go for an Echidna. And of course, getting our effect here. Do we even need the Daybreak? I mean, we take it because it's just the most advantage we can get out of the current scenario. We'll go 1. We want to keep a 4 because it's the best for Code Feet. This is just bullying. Even after all the support, Blue Eyes is still breaking its own deck. Oh, they're negating the targeting. I've been a fool. Well, aren't I silly? Anyway, time to get 5 tokens. Get this thing out of here. Ah, let me use it again. Why game bug? God, if I played into the Imperm column here and somehow lost this duel, I would be so sad. I would just be asking to. Unlosable game that I'd just be throwing. We already brought back Neff. So I guess we could just go this guy. That's not horrible. Or we could go Celine first, just to have him in rotation. I just don't think Blue Eyes guy can recover from what's going on here. If we go... Oh, wait, what if we went, like, Link 3? Let's use this guy, and then we can get him back out and put our Lizardos back in our extra deck. I kind of like that. I hate that. He's still yelling at me. He's going to win because I just had a hard time. That ruling was correct. We have a Daybreak we could use, but really nothing to do with it. So we'll just pass on 2 26 beaters in the Anima columns. Give Blue Eyes a Contact Fusion that can use vanilla Blue Eyes in hand. That would be kind of cool. Straight up pass from the opponent. Oh no, that's not right. I mean, if they have an Ash, we have the thrust. Oh, you poor man. That's still not gonna work. Why are you doing this to yourself? He's already dead. All right, give me your monster. Add the card to your hand, yes. Okay, blue eyes guy. This guy was yelling at me, Dragon, because they didn't like that evenly affects Tyrant Dragon. Attack. We're gonna get the last blow with their spirit, right? Attack. Oh, no, exactly with Neff. That's gotta be it. I could tell. That was game 2 as well. Alright, chat. Well, my wife will be getting off work soon. Sorry for the kind of later stream. It's possible we'll stream some more this weekend. My usual board game buddy is out of town, so I'll have a little more time on my hands, possibly. So we might have another stream. New video, go watch it. If you're new, subscribe, join the Discord, like, all that stuff. Appreciate you all. This was a lot of fun. Good stream today. Sorry it was short. I'll see you next time.